Have you ever wondered why you wake up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? Or why your ankles look puffy no matter how early you sleep? Most people brush it off as age or stress, but I'm going to be brutally honest with you. These are not harmless signs. These are your kidneys quietly crying for help, and the longer you ignore them, the faster they decline, often without a single obvious symptom until the damage is severe. And that's exactly why what I'm about to share is so urgent, because millions of Americans are walking around every day thinking they're fine, while their kidneys are drowning in toxins they can't clear fast enough. But here's the part most doctors never tell you, and this is where I want you to lean in with me. Your kidneys don't heal while you're awake, they heal while you sleep, during a very specific window of time when your body switches into deep repair mode. And the shocking truth is this: if you're missing just a handful of very specific vegetables in your dinner routine, your kidneys might be losing the only chance they have to repair themselves overnight. So in today's video, I'm going to reveal 4 powerful vegetables that can detoxify, protect, and activate your kidney's natural healing system while you sleep, backed by research from leading medical institutions. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll also expose 3 common mistakes, things people do every single day, that silently cancel out all the progress they're trying to make. Because once you understand what's really happening inside your body at night, and once you know exactly what to put on your plate before bedtime, your life and your kidney health will never look the same again. When we talk about healing your kidneys while you sleep, we have to start with the vegetable group that acts like the body's natural cleanup crew, leafy greens. I'm talking about spinach, kale, arugula, the everyday greens that most people walk past in the grocery store without ever realizing what they're capable of. These aren't just healthy foods. At night, they behave more like detox magnets inside your bloodstream. And trust me, this part surprised even some of my medical colleagues, because the science behind it is far stronger than most people think. Let me tell you about Michael, one of my former patients. He was 61, worked long hours, slept poorly, and woke up every morning with swollen ankles. He thought it was just age catching up with him, but his labs told a different story. His kidney function was slipping slowly but steadily. One of the first changes I helped him make wasn't a medication or a supplement. It was something far simpler, adding 1 to 2 cups of leafy greens to his evening meal. What happened over the next few weeks shocked him. The swelling began to fade. His morning clarity improved, and for the first time in years, he said he actually woke up feeling lighter. And none of this was magic, it was chemistry. Here's what actually happens. Leafy greens contain a compound called chlorophyll, and chlorophyll works like a biological magnet. While you sleep, it binds to heavy metals, pesticide residues, and chemical toxins floating through your bloodstream things. Your kidneys struggle to filter effectively on their own. This isn't hype. Research from Baylor Scott and White Health shows that chlorophyll-rich foods significantly reduce oxidative stress markers inside kidney tissue. Oxidative stress is basically cellular rust, the slow breakdown that weakens your nephrons, the tiny filtering units in your kidneys responsible for cleaning your blood. And once nephron damage begins, it doesn't reverse easily. But this is where leafy greens give your kidneys a fighting chance. And it doesn't stop at chlorophyll. These greens deliver vitamin A to support the lining of your kidney filters, vitamin C to strengthen delicate blood vessels, and vitamin K to help prevent calcium from hardening inside kidney tissue. To put it simply, they reinforce, protect, and repair all at once. Even magnesium plays a role most Americans are deficient without knowing it. Magnesium helps maintain the electrical balance that controls fluid movement through your kidneys, which is why low magnesium often shows up as morning puffiness in the face or ankles. Just 2 cups of cooked spinach can cover nearly half of your daily magnesium needs, giving your kidneys exactly what they need during nighttime repair hours. Now, how should you eat them? Lightly cooked, never overboiled. Overcooking destroys chlorophyll and strips away the very vitamins your kidneys depend on. A quick steam for 2 to 3 minutes is all you need. Throw them into a dinner salad, wilt them into a warm bowl, mix them into a wrap, whatever gets them on your plate consistently. Because consistency is the real secret here, not perfection. And before we transition, let me ask you something. Directly, have you ever noticed your face looking puffier on some mornings than others? If you have, let me know in the comments, because swollen mornings are one of the clearest signs your kidneys are struggling to regulate fluids, And leafy greens are one of the simplest tools to help correct that. But here's the part you need to really pay attention to, because leafy greens are only the first step in fixing the problem. Detoxing is important, yes, but detox alone won't save your kidneys if the tiny blood vessels feeding them stay inflamed and under attack. That's why the next vegetable isn't just helpful, it's essential. Because knowing this first step is good, but stopping here would be a mistake. There's another factor far more dangerous than toxins alone, and most people overlook it. If leafy greens are the detox crew that pulls toxins out of your bloodstream, then cabbage is the firefighter that rushes in to calm the silent inflammation burning through your kidneys. And what's surprising is that most people think of cabbage as a cheap filler vegetable. They have no idea it's one of the strongest anti-inflammatory foods ever studied, especially red cabbage, which carries that deep purple color loaded with anthocyanins. These compounds behave like tiny shields inside your blood vessels, protecting the fragile capillaries that keep your kidneys alive. Let me share a story that perfectly illustrates this. A patient of mine named Linda, 58 years old, pre-diabetic, dealing with stubborn high blood pressure, came to me because her kidney numbers kept slipping despite doing everything right. She took her meds, drank water, walked daily, but her inflammation markers were still high. So I had her add red cabbage to her dinner routine 3 or 4 nights a week. Within 6 weeks, her CRP levels, a key inflammation marker, dropped almost 22%. Even better, she said she woke up feeling less tight in her lower back, which is often an overlooked sign of kidney inflammation. Nothing else in her lifestyle changed. The only new variable was cabbage. The science backs this up strongly. Anthocyanins reduce oxidative stress in capillaries, helping them stay flexible instead of stiff and inflamed. Folate in cabbage breaks down homocysteine, which is a nasty amino acid that corrodes blood vessels like acid eating through metal, something I see far too often in patients with early kidney damage. And then you have vitamin K, which keeps calcium from hardening inside kidney tissue. People think kidney stones are the main calcium issue, but microcalcification deep in the nephrons is far more dangerous and far more silent. Here's another advantage cabbage has over nearly every vegetable: its potassium level is exceptionally low. For people in later stages of kidney disease, high potassium foods can be risky, even dangerous, because damaged kidneys can't get rid of potassium fast enough. Cabbage avoids that problem entirely. You get all the benefits, zero overload. A cup of steamed cabbage at night gives your kidneys a calmer environment to repair themselves while you sleep. But the part I love most is how simple it is to use. You can steam it, saute it, roast it, throw it into soups, or make a quick red cabbage slaw. And if you've struggled with bloating from cabbage before, start with smaller amounts and cook it until just tender. That usually solves it. The key is consistency, not perfection. Even small amounts a few nights a week create meaningful change. Before we transition, let me ask you this. Have you ever had mornings where your lower back feels tight or achy, almost like you slept wrong? Many people don't realize that's often inflammation, not muscle strain. In fact, inflammation is one of the top 3 factors that accelerates kidney decline without symptoms. And cabbage goes straight after that invisible enemy. But here's the thing, reducing inflammation alone still won't fully protect your kidneys, because inflammation is only one layer of the problem. To truly help your kidneys heal overnight, you need something that works from inside each individual cell. Something that flips your internal defense system on like a light switch. And that's exactly what the next vegetable does. So knowing cabbage is powerful, but stopping here would be a mistake, because there's another threat even more dangerous that most people never recognize. If cabbage calms the inflammation attacking your kidneys from the outside, then broccoli is the vegetable that protects them from the inside, right down to the level of your cells. And this one surprises a lot of people because broccoli isn't just nutritious. It actually switches on your body's own defense system in a way most foods never could. This is where healing moves beyond detox and inflammation control and becomes something much deeper and far more powerful. I remember a patient named Robert, 64 years old, retired electrician, and one of the toughest guys I've ever met. On the outside, he looked strong, but his kidneys told a different story. His GFR was slipping, he felt worn down every afternoon, and he had this constant dull ache in his flank that he chalked up to just getting older. When I suggested he start eating broccoli 3 to 4 nights a week, He laughed and said, "Doc, broccoli won't fix kidneys." 6 weeks later, he came back with a completely different tune. His energy was steadier, the ache had eased up, and his lab results showed the first improvement he'd seen in years. The reason is sulforaphane, the compound broccoli is famous for. Think of sulforaphane as a master key that unlocks your cell's internal defense vault. Once it enters your bloodstream, it activates protective enzymes inside your kidney cells that fight off oxidative stress, the unstable molecules that crash into your tissues like tiny wrecking balls. Mayo Clinic researchers have studied this effect for years, showing that sulforaphane doesn't just reduce inflammation, it slows the progression of kidney decline itself. It gives your kidneys time, space, and strength to repair microscopic damage while you sleep. And that's just one piece. Broccoli also supports something scientists now call the gut-kidney axis. The fiber in broccoli feeds the beneficial bacteria living in your intestines. Those bacteria then produce short-chain fatty acids. These tiny molecules reduce inflammation throughout the body, stabilize metabolism, and lower the amount of toxic byproducts your kidneys have to filter. A healthy gut means a lighter load for your kidneys. It's a chain reaction most people never think about. Now let's talk practicality, because how you cook broccoli makes all the difference. If you boil it until it falls apart, you lose most of the sulforaphane that your body desperately needs. Light steaming 3 to 5 minutes keeps the compound intact. You want it bright green tender, but with a slight crunch. Eat it with dinner, not at lunch, because your body needs time to break down sulforaphane and get it circulating before the overnight healing window begins. And yes, for most people with early kidney concerns, broccoli is perfectly safe, though those in late-stage kidney disease should monitor potassium intake with their doctor. Before we shift to the next vegetable, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that some nights you wake up feeling sore, achy, or strangely foggy the next morning? That's oxidative stress taking its toll. And broccoli is one of the only foods that actively strengthens your cells against that damage instead of simply cleaning up the mess afterward. It gives your kidneys the resilience they need to keep fighting. But strengthening your kidney cells still isn't enough, not if toxins are sneaking back into your bloodstream through your digestive tract. Because even if your kidneys filter them out, they can re-enter your system if the final barrier isn't in place. And that's where the next vegetable becomes the missing piece of the healing cycle. So knowing broccoli's power is important, but it isn't the whole story, because there's still one more factor that could change everything. And once your kidney cells have finally been strengthened with sulforaphane from broccoli, there's one last vegetable that locks the entire healing cycle into place: cauliflower. I call this one the unsung hero of kidney repair, because it doesn't just support your kidneys, it protects them in ways most foods simply can't. While the other vegetables detox, calm inflammation, and activate defense systems, cauliflower stands guard at the final gate, preventing toxins from sneaking back into your bloodstream after your kidneys have already worked so hard to remove them. Let me give you a real example. Maria, a 72-year-old woman I treated last year, had been struggling with fluctuating creatinine levels for years. She ate well, exercised gently, even kept a food diary, but her numbers never stayed stable. And the problem was subtle. Her digestive tract kept reabsorbing toxins her kidneys had already filtered out. Once I had her incorporate cauliflower into her dinners, roasted, steamed, or even riced, everything changed. Within a month, her energy improved, her digestion felt smoother, and her creatinine levels finally held steady instead of bouncing around. She even told me, "It feels like my body is actually cooperating with me for the first time in years." And that's exactly what cauliflower helps your body do. Here's the science behind it. Cauliflower is rich in a specific type of fiber that creates a protective barrier inside your gut. This barrier acts like a filter screen. Once toxins have been processed by your liver and sent toward elimination, cauliflower helps ensure they don't get reabsorbed back into your bloodstream. Think of it like taking out the trash. If the trash bag breaks and spills everything back into the house, you're stuck cleaning the same mess all over again. Cauliflower prevents that from happening internally. And unlike many vegetables, cauliflower is naturally low in potassium, which means even people in late-stage kidney disease can safely include it in their routine without risking dangerous potassium buildup. There's more. Cauliflower delivers folate, which boosts detox pathways, and vitamin C, which neutralizes free radicals that attack your kidney tissue night after night. Over time, those free radicals create tiny scars inside your nephron scars that make filtration harder and harder. Vitamin C helps stop that cycle. And because cauliflower is so gentle on the digestive system, it's one of the few healing vegetables that works beautifully even for people with sensitive stomachs or sluggish digestion. Cooking it correctly matters too. Light steaming, quick roasting, or blending it into mashed cauliflower keeps the nutrients intact. Frozen cauliflower works just as well as fresh because it's frozen at peak ripeness. The key is avoiding overcooking. When it turns to mush, you lose the compounds your kidneys need most. Before we move forward, let me ask you something. Have you ever had days where your digestion feels heavy, slow, or unpredictable? And somehow those are the same days you feel more tired, foggy, or swollen? That's because your gut and kidneys are deeply connected. If toxins aren't leaving your body efficiently, your kidneys are forced to take the hit. Cauliflower gives them the backup they need. But we're not done yet because eating the right vegetables is only half the equation. The other half comes down to the mistakes people make every day without realizing they're destroying their kidneys' progress. And these mistakes are far more common and far more dangerous than you might think. Now that you've seen how these 4 vegetables work together, one pulling toxins out, one calming inflammation, one strengthening your kidney cells, and one preventing toxins from slipping back in, I want you to take a moment and realize something important. You have far more control over your kidney health than you may have ever been told. Your kidneys are not waiting for perfection. They're waiting for small choices repeated with intention. Even one serving of these vegetables tonight can set your body on a different path tomorrow morning. And if this video helped you understand your body a little better, do yourself a favor, save this video so you can come back to it whenever you need a reminder of what truly supports your kidneys. We covered a lot, and I want you to have this information within reach on the days you feel unsure or overwhelmed. And while you're here, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because I'll keep sharing the latest medical knowledge, daily habits, and simple strategies that can genuinely protect your kidneys and help you feel better from the inside out. But before you go, hold on to this. Your kidneys are capable of healing. They're not failing you. They're asking for the right support. And every time you choose one of these healing foods, you give your body a chance to restore itself. I've seen people at every age feel real improvements just by staying consistent, and there's no reason you can't be one of them. Your next meal is a new opportunity, and your body is far more resilient than you think. Take care of yourself. Start tonight, and I'll see you in the next video with even more tools to help you strengthen your kidneys and protect your future.